Aujourd'hui, je vais parler de a subject that I didn't know was dear to my heart until I was reminded of it. And that's food waste, right? And how the clickbaity mainstream media trends of these current times really drives me up the wall. So I'm going to critique an article that's headlined, "You might want to throw those leftovers away." That's ironically under the health section of a real newspaper. Oh my god. Well, XenPuck here. So apparently some kid got sick eating some leftovers and had to be hospitalized. So okay, crappy things happen in life, right? But that's really just the background, right? What I'm much more annoyed at is the reaction to something as simple as some kid ate some bad food, specifically leftover rice and lo mein. And the article's like, well, you might want to toss your leftovers. This is an article out of a USA Today. What is this paper? I mean, I know it's not a tabloid, right? But not exactly a brand name paper of record like the New York Times or Washington Post. Still, I feel like its audience is basically middle America, right? Seems very non-offensive in both its naming convention and the type of audience it is trying to reach. I will link the article below, but honestly, I can't wait to get into my critique of this article, right? Number one, first of all, that one single anecdotal evidence that prompted this whole thing is some kid got sick, okay? And it was a college student, and it was a dude. Let's just let that sink in for a moment. Has anyone forgotten how college dudes live? I mean, in a vat of their own filth, most likely. I mean, I should know because I was one of those dudes, right? My mom would shake her head in shame when she saw my dorm room for the very first time, right? So I guess this initial case rattled people because this college dude got really sick though, like unreasonably sick. So sick that he had to have his legs and fingers amputated. My good God, that sounds scary just when I read about it, right? I don't even, honestly, I don't need pictures, right? Just reading about it scares the crap out of me, okay? Just from leftovers. Some rice and noodles, and pretty much anyone could have a rat. Okay, I can see why people might freak out, thinking there's some hidden danger around every corner. Still, let's be clear, it was one dude in the most risky lifestyle group imaginable. Seriously, who knows what other substances this dude was experimenting with, right? Not blaming the victim here since I don't know all the details of this kid's life, but the general context is important, right? It's one kid who presumably also had roommates doing what college kids do, and guess what? He had an incredibly bad reaction. His roommate seems okay though. One kid out of the entire country in a snapshot of time. I mean, it made news because this almost never happens, right? Context. That's my point. Point number two, so I guess the purpose of the USA Today article is just that all leftovers could be bad? That's the conclusion? Hey, at least, you know, I'm glad they didn't say it was just leftover rice and lo mein, because that'd be racist, right? Why was the lo mein part important? Why not call it noodles or pasta? Because that's what lo mein is, right? Or does the pasta designation sound, I don't know, too close to home? What I find most amusing is that the article does say, hey, it's not just rice that could go bad if improperly stored, but also, and I quote, sauces, soups, and other leftovers. Jesus, I mean, I know my English writing skills aren't top-notch, right? Example C, all these clips that I write for myself. But this sentence really bothers me. Why even single out sauces and soups if you're also going to include the other part, which is other leftovers, okay? That last bit is so broad that the writer might as well have just said, hey, all leftovers could be bad if improperly stored and not reheated correctly, right? It's not about rice or pasta or whatever. Really, it's all food. I mean, all food can go bad. Good Lord. Is that news? To be honest, it's not even just leftover food. It's just food in general that could go bad if not stored or cooked properly, right? Good God, who the heck needs a newspaper article to tell me that? I mean, at least I hope no adult needs someone to tell them, I mean, that you should properly store and cook food before you eat it. I mean, just thinking about it makes my brain hurt, right? Number 3, really finally the real reason that I have against this nonsensical health article that teaches almost no one anything is simply the context of the society that we actually live in. I mean, sure, I'm sure most people are aware that we as Americans throw out so much food every single day. I mean, I guess it's our prerogative as the richest country in the world, right? But just because we can doesn't mean that we should. I don't know, maybe it's because I spent my childhood in a still developing country where the idea of wasting food is considered sacrilege, especially in my old country. Okay, a famine that killed millions was only one living generation away, right? So to hear someone say with an honest face in a real USA Today article to, maybe just toss leftovers, it really bothers me at a personal level. I mean, I know we Americans have a tendency to not travel generally outside of this beautiful large country, but we also have the internet, right? Shouldn't everybody at least be aware that at least 3 billion people, right, in Asia, and in South America, in Africa, and I'm sure in more places, absolutely cannot afford to throw away leftovers just cause, or to be, just in case 100% safe, right? I'm not even sure if I want to throw away leftovers for other reasons, like the fact that it can easily be repurposed into another delicious meal, or some food actually tastes better the day after. Unfortunately, these days I have met Americans whose default state is, well, if a meal is not finished, just toss it. All I'm saying is that is incredibly inefficient, and I'm not even appealing on the idea of environmentalism, right? Because I'm against that idea, okay? But honestly, throwing away food that is perfectly good is just bad financial sense, as well as overcomplicating your own life. So please, please stop, hold, pause, and think about it before you do that, like this idiotic article would suggest, right? By the way, I actually specifically love leftover rice because those are the perfect kind of rice for fried rice. Never have I gotten sick because of it. Probably because I'm not a moron and I've been taught to just, put what I can't finish in a fridge after you eat, because cleaning up is actually supposed to be an integral part of the eating process, right? A meal isn't just eating, it's prepping, cooking, eating, and the cleanup afterwards. I hope this isn't actually news to full-grown adults. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is to college dudes, right? Maybe I'm just a cranky old dude who forgot what a moron I was back in those days. But no, I think, JK, I had more sense even back then, at least when it comes to what I put into my pie hole, right? I mean, I must be true since I'm still here, and I'm so mad about articles that insinuate more food waste than that this is probably more ranty than I'd normally be, but oh well. Subscribe, like, share, and all that social media nonsense, right? Because you're a kinder person than me, right? Cheers, à la prochaine.